Good morning. Right, today we are going to make, well, samosa, lamb samosa, using some quite nice and authentic ingredients. And the way we're going to do it, we're going to use three methods of cooking. Well, the first, yes. So the first method of cooking is going to be, hold on, what happened? Sorry, yeah. The first method of cooking is going to be the potatoes. When we steam the potatoes, we could boil it, but we steam it, you get more firmer potato. Then we're going to dice those potatoes. Then we're going to chop up our garlic, fresh ginger, fresh chili peppers, and we're going to split them up with some onions and our lamb. Then we're going to add curry powder and turmeric. Then we'll add the potatoes and we'll season it with salt. And we're going to do that in the brat pan. So you've got steamer, brat pan, which is basically shallow frying. And the last part of it, we're going to deep fry it in the deep fat fryer. So we're going to cool down the ingredients. And we are going to get out some phyllo paste. And we're going to fill the phyllo paste and shape our samosas, and then we're going to deep fry them. Ooh la la. Here we are. So, we've got the ingredients for the samosa, the filling. So here we go. We've got some minced lamb. We've got some. We'll just chop it some more because no, that ain't gonna be. It's too big. Look at that. Look how big they are. No. Onions. Take them out. Garlic and ginger.
I'm not really sure.
Chopped chili. Curry powder, salt and turmeric. Then we've got the potatoes that we're going to dice, and we're going to add it to the ingredients. We're going to cook everything slowly in the brat pan. Right, I'm going to show you the brat pan. So you can see the brat pan here. Right, and you'll see over by the left. That's where I'm going to cook the meat, and I'll cook the vegetables here. Then I'll bring all of it together. It's going to be delicious, let me tell you. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to start by cooking off the meat. So make sure it's hot. What I'm going to do, I'm going to turn this down, just so it doesn't overcook. And I like to be able to control the meat. And I'm going to start to put the meat up. Yeah? So as you can see, I'm cooking the meat on this side, and then I'm going to turn it around and cook the vegetables on the other side. Good idea, isn't it? And then bring the two together after. That's one of the things about this brat pan. It's so versatile.
Yeah, you said.
Huh?
You said this every time we use it.
It's so versatile. You don't really find a lot of these brat pans in hotels and stuff like that.
Okay.
But you find them in places like schools.
In hospitals.
Yeah.
You say it's every time for them.
But it's so versatile. I mean, if I had a restaurant, I'd have one.
Yeah, if I had one. If I owned a restaurant, you would work there very well. You would work there because you're amazing.
So here we go. So we've got we're trying to cook off this meat. Right, so what we're going to do then, right, is in about 5 or 10 minutes, we're going to, the potatoes, we're going to peel them and dice them. Not too fine, but not too big either.
Yeah, dice them or mash them?
No, dice.
Oh.
mince, if you don't keep it moving, it's not taking up.
No, everyone knows.
So you, this side has got very little oil, that's why I put more oil in it, because normally mince, beef, it has a little bit of fat in there.
Yeah.
Right? So if I add more oil to it, it make it greasy. So on this side, I'm saying I'm cooking two things in the same pan at two separate ends of the scale. Banging. And then after that, once that's cooked and that's gone, I can put it together and that's it. You see, so this is the versatility of having a brack pan.
Yeah.
Right, so what we'll do now, while that's happening, a nice slow heat, right? Now, one of the reasons why I like to I start with a very hot heat and then go slowly, is because I can walk away from this now,
I leave it.
and I can go and help you peel potatoes and dice them up, knowing that this ain't going to burn. And the reason why I want to do that is because when we're making the filling, we need to add the potatoes in at some point. So we need to have, we've got the onion, we've got the garlic and everything else. The only thing that's missing right now is the potatoes. The peas going last. So here we go. So we've got the mince here now. I'll come back to that in a few seconds time, and can you see that? You'll see. Can you see from there? If I don't move it about, it will start to. The minute I move it about, it starts to go separate. Yeah. So that's what you have to do. Is to keep moving it about. You can't really walk away and leave it for the time being. But it's all separate. Once that's all nice and separate and gone brown, I can walk away from that, help you with the potatoes, and then come back to that. It's at a nice temperature that still cooking. Lovely, that's excellent. Ooh la la.
That's French.
Wish you were here. Mmm.
You see,
Right, so I can leave that for the time being.
Whether that's your whole culture, it's just
I can leave it for the time being. I can pause it, as you do. The meat is done. Delicious. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to start by picking off the onions. Delicious. Right, you see that? I'm cooking the onions on the other side of the wrap pan.
Yeah.
Yo.
Yeah?
Right, I'm here.
A little bit. Oh no! Don't worry. Right. Yeah, so the vegetables on the other side of the wrap pan.
What is it with you trying to be on camera?
Garlic and ginger.
I just think so.
You know what you can do?
I'm just showing you how versatile it can be.
Yeah,
Right?
I know what you
Things you can do in this case, you
Featuring-
can't do that in a saucepan.
Featuring
You're cooking the vegetables on one side, the meat on the other side.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Beautiful.
Now I'm going to add the chilies. Be careful.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to add the chilies. Are you listening? If you're in the camera.
I can send the word.
I can send as well.
Right.
You can go under it all.
So I've got the
You look like a gremlin.
the vegetables on this side, the meat on that side. And what I'm going to do there is put the two together, and then I can add actually.
Be a viewer.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I put the two together, and then I can add my curry and my potatoes. Right, so there you go. Looking easy, that one. Oh, this is
You can add like potatoes to the top.
yeah.
Like if you're making a big bowl.
I want to do that. Hold on. Okay, stop it. You want to?
I am.
Potato curry.
No.
Right, I'm adding the potatoes to it. I'm adding the curry powder to it. Right now, The filling, you're talking, I'm talking, stop it. The filling for the samosa is a dry filling. You don't put any liquid in there. No liquid.
Same with oil.
Oil's not a liquid.
No. Yes.
Oil's not a liquid.
No, it's not.
It comes in liquid form, but it's not a liquid.
No.
What is it?
It's not.
Is it?
It's
a little bit.
oil doesn't contain water.
No. The oil.
Right? So liquid, in general terms, contains water. Milk contains water.
No, but in the scientific term, oil is different. A substance
You
stuff.
can get it in a liquid form.
It's a fluid
But
substance.
if you were to dip a cloth in oil and put it on the clothes hanger, it wouldn't dry. Nothing at all. It wouldn't evaporate. Yeah? Yeah. It wouldn't evaporate. It would never. It would stay there. It would never dry, and it would never evaporate. It would just stay in the cloth. It's liquid form. You get oil in liquid form.
When you burn stuff, it doesn't evaporate.
Yeah? You get oil in liquid form. And the other thing about oil, if oil, like you get olive oil, which is a solid, it can be a solid, but not solid. When it's cold, it will revert back to its natural way it is. Water doesn't. Any liquid will stay liquid, whether it's hot or cold, unless it's frozen. Does it make sense? Yeah. And you can't freeze oil. Right, here you go. So the last thing put in there is the cheese. Right, so you're talking, I'm recording. What's the minute?
So why frozen?
Because I have never really used fresh peas, so I think that fresh peas has got a very short shelf life. A very short shelf life. So you're never really going to find any restaurant, called restaurant, they don't really use fresh peas. It's got a very, very short shelf life. What they would do, they would use top quality frozen peas. Yeah?
Why not defrost the peas before you cook them? Why not defrost the peas before cooking?
30 seconds to defrost. 30 seconds to a minute. That is why peas is like bean sprouts. Bean sprouts, you don't put it in the beginning of a dish. It isn't much cooking time. You put it at the end. Yeah? And there you go. This is going to be the mixture for our delicious samosas. Ooh la la. Look. There.
Careful, don't want it on the floor.
No, it's not going to go on the floor. Right, so what my camera can see my wonderful work of art. What can I say? And everything's in the video. Okay. For the students that are doing maths exams or any other reasons, wish you were here. Ooh la la. Phyllo paste. Yeah, we're going to be using phyllo paste, but with phyllo paste it dries out really, come on Jeremiah, it dries out really easy. So what we've got to do is to make sure it's covered. Right, now I'm going to demonstrate one, just one for the time being. I want you guys to pay attention, no conversation, no nothing, just pay attention to what I'm doing. And then we'll all do one. Right, now with the phyllo paste you might have to bring your chopping board to here. We have to keep this covered and we have to work quickly because when the air gets to the phyllo paste, it dries it out. So that is why I've got to cover it over there quickly. So what I'm going to do quickly is I've got 2 sheets approximately. And I'll put my 2 sheets here. Straight away I've got to cover that back. Otherwise it starts to dry out. And believe you me, when it dries out it gets all crumbly like crackers. So we have to just be really careful with it. I hate using it. Right, anyway. I'm going to fold it like that. Yeah? Now when I fold it, what I've got to do is get my filling in there. Now my filling can't be too much that I cannot fold it. So I've got to be very careful how much filling I put in there. Yeah? This is water and flour, and this acts like a glue. So if I start to brush that on there, it has a twofold effect. It will make the pastry stick, but it will also keep it moist, because as long as it's moist, it won't start drying out. I'll get my pastry and I fold it over like that. Yeah? Now, the idea is like that. The idea is to seal in the pockets. Yeah? I'll bring it back this way. Like that. You getting it?
Yeah.
And also, so when I do that now, all the sides should be, there should be no openings up, and the filling is inside. Yeah? And then lastly, like that, and if I just do that, I can spin it over, and voila, that's my first samosa. Voila! Yeah? Just like that. Right? So now, I've showed you, we'll all do it together. Yeah? Because it's not, I'm not expecting you to get it right first time. So I'm going to turn it off. And then put it on pause. Right, the last part of the exercise, here I am. I'm going to deep fry it, which I've done. And then we drain it. You didn't get to see, these are the parcels. Right, triangle parcels and phyllo paste. The finished product, like that. And then it's just a case of sticking it on a plate.
You're going to be a bit hot.
And then like that. Ooh la la. Wish you were here. Mmm, delicious.